Watch to the end of the video to find out how to be in my next video.
Hello everyone, this is my very first long form video, and today we'll be going through all the drawings I did for Cringetober. The very first day was screenshot redraw, and obviously we chose Coco. To be honest with you, my least favorite character in this entire movie was the grandma. She just felt so pushy, but the cat was my favorite. I'm sorry. I mean, just look at it. It's so cute. But after I did all the shading and stuff, day 1 was done and we can move on to day 2. Day 2 was a Sinandre, and I actually had to look it up because I only knew what a yandere was. And when I tell you I full out grimaced when I saw the definition, I was kind of disgusted because it reminds me of a pick me girl, like, a lot. So a Sinandre is basically just a pick me girl, just imagine that. And yeah, I'm not very good at this whole talking thing. Sorry. Anyways, there's day 2. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't spend a lot of time on the day 3 one, which was, big prop. But yeah, I just didn't spend a lot of time on it, and I wish I could have, because this could have turned out super duper good, in my opinion. But I gave up. Day 4 was a fursona, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've never made a furry before. So this was definitely challenging. As you can see, I'm struggling with the paws. But I gave her a pumpkin head in the spirit of Halloween because I thought it would be cute. But I tried a side view there, and I'm trying a lot of different things, but a lot of them didn't work. I added a tail, of course, because what's a furry without a tail? A lot of pumpkin charms, as well as pumpkin paw pads. We got started on the shading pretty early, and we just started with the minor details that made the drawing, the drawing. And I was actually really surprised on how it turned out, and I was really happy with myself. So, yeah. On day 5, we had to make a good jinka. Once again, I did not know what that was, so I had to go look it up. It's an inanimate object that becomes animate. So I chose a scarecrow. I know that that's probably used a lot, that like a scarecrow comes to life, but I really thought it would be fun. I started with the sketch, and well, I thought it looked okay, and then I started with the line art, the coloring, the shading. I'm not gonna lie, I had a little kid sitting next to me this whole time asking questions, and I was so freaking proud because she was just so cute and adorable, and she just wanted to know everything. But yeah, that's day 5. Day 6 was a natural eye color, and I did struggle on this one a lot because I'm trying to do a different art style. I don't have a consistent art style, and I need to get better about that. But I was trying to do something different because later on in the video, you can definitely see the decline in my art style. So I wanted to start out early, which was a very bad idea. But I didn't like the first sketch, so I started out a totally different one. And as you can see, I gave her jaundice colored whites. I think it turned out okay, but the shading was getting on my nerves, like, to an annoying extent. But that was day 6. On day 7, it was crossover, and I was super excited about this because my favorite show is Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I wanted to combine it with Sonic the Hedgehog because why not? You'll actually be seeing a lot of Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles throughout this video if you decide to stay that long, because I absolutely adore the show. I love the character design. I love their characteristics, like their personas. But I just zoned out during this drawing, which doesn't happen too often, and I was really proud with how it turned out, in my opinion. The next 3 I spent no time on because I actually compiled them into one day since school has been super taxing. So the first one for the 3rd day was day 8. It was dead memes, and I chose 6, 7. The second one was childhood games, and I chose Temple Run. I didn't like how it started, and I didn't like how it finished, so I gave up around 57 minutes. I was already super tired, and I just wanted to go to bed, bro. It was so bad. The next one was ship dynamics, and I chose Stalker and Little Bean, who doesn't know they're stalking, because I thought it was cute and funny. I also said bonus points if the stalker is the best friend. Day 11 was a 5-to-1 ratio, and that's just basically saying 5 things a character did and 1 thing they did differently. I chose Leo being sucked into the void from the movie where the Krang, is super mad and tries to kill him, because Leo's saved his brothers a few times in the series, but in the movie they save him. And I tell you guys, it always gets me every time. This movie makes me cry all the time, and I don't know why, guys. It's so good. It's a good watch. Day 12 was Hatsune Miku, and I was watching Smokey B while I made this. Uh, Please tell me I'm not the only one who watches YouTube videos when I draw. It's just, I like listening to other artists talk as I'm drawing, but that's just my opinion. She's cool and fun and awesome, and yeah. There's a lot of blue in this canvas, obviously, because it's Hatsune Miku. So many colors. I hope I did her justice. Day 13 was Rule 63, which is just gender bending, and so I decided to gender bend my persona. This was interesting because I've never drawn myself as a guy before. I definitely like how it turned out. This does have a little flashing in this part of the area since I messed with the filters a little bit. So you can skip to, I think, 7:15. Yeah, 7:15 for the next drawings, because the flashing warning is literally right now. But as you can see, I messed with the filters. I didn't know what I was doing. Messed with the backgrounds, did all the stuff, fixed the hairstyle, and yeah, that was that. Day 14 was incorrect quote, and I drew myself chewing on wires because the quote I chose was, "Do you even know what you're doing?" And then the other person goes, "No, sometimes even the devil on my shoulder asks me what the hell I'm doing." So I decided to make a cute little devil over here. Not, yeah. I like the color palette a lot too. It was just really appealing to me, and I drew a little angel on the other shoulder because what's life without another angel, you know? Day 15, I think, was animation meme, so just sit back and relax and watch it, I guess.
Toilet! A mirror! Holy water! A crucifix!
Yeah, I know, not my best work, but I was in a rush. Day 16 was something you've been bullied for, and I am not gonna trauma it up on you guys, so I'm just doing something my friends, like, silly bully me for, and that's for liking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to the extent that I make so much fan art of them with me in it because they are my comfort characters. And because they're my comfort characters, I restarted the entire sketch because I was not gonna do my boys dirty like that. But yeah, these guys have helped me a lot, like through tough times, and yeah, and I think I did pretty good on it. Alright, day 17, F2U base. If you guys want to use this, you can, but I made a funny little one where he's holding a cup and it says "fuck off" with a bird on it. I thought it was pretty funny, and he's holding up the little birdie middle finger. Moving on to day 18, and it was fandom AU, and my other comfort character is Bakugo Katsuki. I decided to use the Yozuya Fantasy AU because it's goated, and once again, this has also helped me through some tough times. I thought the sketch was going pretty well, and then later in, I decided to add myself, and it made it look super fugly and ugly and just, ugh, you know? Um, I decided not to focus too much on my OC, and I just decided to focus more on the fandom AU characters behind me, which was Bakugo and Kirishima. Because they're the main characters in the plot of this drawing right now, and I didn't want to take all the attention off of them since it was just fandom AU, and obviously he's the Barbarian King and he's the Little Dragon Prince. Day 19 was alternative fashion, and I decided to do a little guy wearing a jacket that says loser, but he crosses it out with a little red marker, which makes it lover. So, yeah. And he's holding a little heart for you guys because you are loved. I hope you guys. I didn't like this one very much. I messed with the filters too much, and I gave up on it. Day 20 was Tumblr Sexy Woman, and I thought I was doing pretty good with this woman. I decided I like the shading, I like the way I drew her, and then all of a sudden I realized who the true Tumblr Sexy Woman was. It was Shrek. What more can I say? Also, I just cut it off some of my drawings, like part of my drawings, and so it's gonna look a little funky, and I'll just add the final product at the end of this segment because I ain't gonna leave you guys hanging like that. Later on, I did add fairy wings to him because I thought it was funny. My parents, on the other hand, thought this was weird. Day 21 was closet cosplay, and obviously I'm gonna make my Sona in a little minion outfit, but she can't get the paint off. What more can I say? Day 22 was Candy Gore, and obviously we had to make it super colorful because it wouldn't be Candy Gore if it wasn't colorful. While I was drawing this, I kept thinking, I wonder if this is what it looks like for a dude on crack, sitting on the side of a road, looking at a dude in New York Times Square taking off his Mickey costume because Minnie Mouse cheated on him with Goofy. Don't do drugs, kids. Technoblade always said cannibalism is fine, just not drugs. Trust me. This is definitely probably one of my more colorful drawings, just like in the sense I used like the entire rainbow, you know? I blurred up the lines a little bit. I think it was, I don't know why I did it, but it just made more appealing, and the background was giving me such a hard time, so eventually I just put on random colors and blurred them together because why not? I'm an amateur artist, and yeah. But in the end, I think it achieved the Candy Gore style. Tell me if I'm wrong, though. Day 23 was adult cartoon, and obviously I picked Pickle Rick. It's the only choice. Sorry. Day 24 was super fun for me because it was niche interest, and unpopular opinion, but Parasitica Season 1, Episode 24 of the 2012 TMNT series. It's the best episode in the entire series just because of the whole plot line. I loved it. I cannot express to you how much I freaking loved it. I think I go back to watch that episode every few months or so. But I think I did my boy justice in this one. Leo, we love you. Day 25 was Gotcha Life, so obviously I had to make him a wolf, cat, demon thingy. I'm pretty sure all of you have gone through your gotcha phase, and you're lying if you said you're not, because it's canon for an artist. Like, even if it's only for like a week, it's canon. I'm sorry, you can't convince me otherwise. The roundish head was the way I was going for, so yeah. Day 26 was YN, but guys, did I capture her beauty? Day 27 was YouTuber fan art, and I've already talked about Smokey B earlier in this video, so obviously I decided to draw her. Actually, if Smokey B, if you're watching this, hi, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, sorry, I'm not much of a, I don't talk very well. I'm trying my best. Day 28 was mascot horror, and I had a hard time with this one because I could not find the perfect body type for it, and it just had me feeling like this. Day 29 was experimental makeup, and I heavily referenced this drawing right here. I did not black out the top of the photo. It was like that when I found it, I promise. I decided to give her shorter hair than in the photo because it was not vibing with me. The hair was not vibing. A lot of the shading was done, I think, pretty well. It took a while. All the skin tones and everything from the realism was kind of weird to work with, but in a way it was fun at the same time. Different art style to work with. I've never done realism before, so this was my first time, so yeah. We're almost done, thank God, and day 30 was monster. So I made this little guy, and his name is Bob. Oh my gosh, guys, we did it. Day 31. It was Halloween. That's literally all the description it gave me. So I drew my Sona and a witch hat on top of a jack-o'-lantern. And I added a little spider in the background with ghosts, a cat with a skull. But I decided not to have the cat and the skull at the same time. So just a black cat, a skull on the other side. And I think it turned out pretty fire, if I do say so myself. I was so done with this challenge, and I just wanted to go to bed. I really hoped you guys liked all of this. Please like and subscribe. Not pushing, but that would be great because I'm broke.
You guys can be in my next video by subscribing and commenting on this one so I can draw on a canvas what you guys want.